Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa, and today we're going to be working on a project that I think is super fun. I really enjoyed making these, and I hope you do too. They are two separate projects that are from 6x6 paper pads. So, with 6x6 paper pads, I'm going to make a double page spread and a single pocket item. Okay, I think we'll start with the single pocket item first and put this to the side for now. Somewhere safe, there we go. The 6x6s that are on this one are double-sided. The other one are only single-sided. You could use double-sided, but there's no need to technically use double-sided for it. So, all right, this was, this I just attached to a digital that I had on here. I thought the colors were kind of fun, and I just have a digital tag here. I haven't really added any other tags to it. The other one I tagged more, but this one I just decorated a little bit. We'll see if I have time to decorate the ones we make, but I think I'm really going to focus on this video to show you how to make these instead of necessarily how to decorate them, because I have technically decorated them already. Cute. I really like that. Okay, so let us proceed. Okay, so this one is going to take double-sided paper, 6x6. So I found two that coordinated, I thought, pretty well. Blues and some oranges, etc. So what we're going to decide to do is which one we want for, that's going to flip up to do the base part, which you figure is going to be one that's more decorated. So this might be a good one to decorate. I think I like that blue one. Okay, so let's get the scoreboard. All right, so for the fold-up part, we are going to score the first one, the one that'll be the back page, at 2 inches. So we're going to take my little thing and score at 2 inches. All right, so that is going to fold up so nicely right there. Okay, so that is, oh shoot, okay, I forgot, I gotta cut this down to 5 inches. Okay, let me get my cutter. And the reason being is because the this is 6 inches, so the pages are only usually 5, so we don't need it to be a full 6. So, all right, so it doesn't really matter, but we're gonna go down to 5 there. And save that lovely piece. And then this one, I think I'm going to cut this side a little more darker blue. This kind of has like a tape on it. So we're going to cut that side there. Okay. All right, so we're going to start with the 6x6 double-sided, but cut it down to 5 inches wide, still by the 6 tall. Okay, now we're back on track. The wheels on the bus came off slightly, but they're back on. Okay, so the first one, we are going to, the full 6, we're going to score it at 2 so that it is now like that. The second one, we are also going to lay, so the 6 is long, we're going to score this one at 3, or not 3 1/4, 2 3/4. 2 3/4. There we go. So the first one is 2, second one is 2 3/4. All right, and that is because we need to have them staggered. Okay, and let's put that away, and we'll go from there. Now I have done similar to this, where I've just folded it and rounded the corners and gone from there. But this time I took it a bit farther, stepped it up a notch, and decided to make tabs. All right, so on the back one, and this is random where you want to put it, it is not mandatory whatsoever. But on the first one, or the back one, I'm going to put the notch on this side, or a tab on this side, and trim it. Well, I guess I can do it this way. I'm going to put a little notch in the corner, which is this right there. So I put my half, I put this right in the half there. And I probably shouldn't be doing it so far away from me, because now I jammed it up. Oh man, did I totally, there we go. Oh man, did I break it? Well, that would be a complete bummer if I broke it. Let me tell you. Okay, I think it just got jammed. Okay, phew. All right, so I shouldn't do it that far away, pushing it at a weird angle. I'm sure that's what it was. So I'm gonna pull it a little closer to me. Hopefully you can see. Okay. All right, so for the next part, I'm gonna wanna make the ramp there. So I'm gonna notch it about center of it. Yeah, see, that worked much better. I probably could have went a little bit farther. There we go. So I got a little tab there, and we're gonna take scissors. You could use an X-Acto knife or whatever, and I'm just gonna cut this tab. Gonna line it with the bottom of the swoop and cut that away. Okay, so now we've got the first one. For this one down here, we're gonna do the exact opposite. So we're gonna throw halfway through the notch, do that, and then make the second one. That's a nice size. Yeah, okay. And we'll go ahead and do that. Now, I did go through and do a little swoop on the two ends just to give it a little class. So we'll notch that side, and we'll go and notch that side. Okay. I'm going to ink it a little bit just to give it a bit of definition. On the two flops. I'm not going to worry about the sides yet, because when they get glued together, we can do that. This is a bit jaggedy from that. I got stuck. There we go. Okay. All right, so let's get my mess cleaned up here, and we will concentrate on the center one. Okay, so for the next one, we are just going to, and the reason this looks a little high is, and I tried folding it a little less, but then it became weird. What I'm gonna, and I forgot, I'm gonna take off, or I'm gonna cut a notch in the center. I'm gonna cut the two notches on the outside. Just to give myself a line. And I'm actually gonna get rid of that, just to make it a tad shorter. So we're just gonna line it up and make that a tad shorter. So I'm cutting off about a little less than ½ inch. So you'll see that now that I fold it up, it's a little bit better. Okay. Out of the way. All right, so for the third one, I'm gonna make a wide tab. So I'm gonna go ahead and, oops, this one. I'm gonna go ahead and, I think we're gonna, there's a, hard to tell, but there's like where that circle that ends, I'm gonna put it right there. And I'm gonna do the same on this side to give a wider tab. Again, all random. This one's a little bit different. It's more wider to one side, and this one is more centered. And if we want to get fancy, we could do that notch, but it doesn't look like it's going to reach, so we're not going to get fancy. I could do my corner rounder, though, I think. Yeah, I could do a little bit of a corner rounder on each of those. Okay, so that one's done. Oh, and I also forgot to say, to decide which way you want it to go. Like, do I want it to go up like that? Or do I want to do it like that? Actually, I think I want to, oh, the letters are upside down. So we're going to go like that. Okay. All right, so for this third one that I cut it a ½ inch smaller, I'm just going to take the side notches again and get rid of those. Just to make it fancy too. All right, so now you can see why I decided to take that down. It makes them a little bit more in balance. And what I was trying to say before is I tried to fold it in a different spot, but folding it like in a different spot, this became too close to here. It was all a thing. So this worked out to be the best way to do it. And I think it looks cool because there's a tab there, a nice big one there, and this one is kind of really like a bigger tab. So it's really kind of fancy. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and I've inked all the tops of those. I think I inked that one. Now we're gonna just go ahead and glue it together. So I'm going to use my Arch Glitter Glue, and I'm just gonna throw a nice straightish line going up there. And we're gonna go ahead and fold it together and make sure it is side to side good. And glue it, and then we'll just keep going with the layers. Yeah, easy, but yet fancy. Right? I like it. And as I'm looking at that, I'm like, well, you could probably, if you felt like it, not glue that down and give yourself another hidden journal spot. But I'm going to go with my original plan and glue them all up as pockets. Okay, and after they're all glued, that's when you can go by and, if you want, ink the sides, because it'll just ink the sides that show instead of inking the things you don't have to. Okay, one last burnish and we are good to go. Now technically you could put it on a page sideways and have them go in, tucking in this way, have them go that way, either way. Right, kind of fun. And then make whatever tags you want, because each one then becomes a pocket and a final pocket, because I glued it, excuse me, I glued it in all three sides so that there is one pocket there, one there, one there, and one there. Right, did a little decoration on that side, left that one the plainest one, and could do a little stamping there. I wouldn't necessarily put decoration there because as things are going in and out, you don't want it to wear off. But if you have, like these might not stamp as well because they're a little bit more colorful, patterned, I guess you would call it, where this one could lead itself to some fun stamps. Right? I hope you like it. Like I said, I've done similar stuff with it, but just the fold-ups and the round corners. I thought this was a little bit extra. Now, if you really want to go extra, you could, before you glue it together, put holes in there and put some eyelets in, maybe like 1 or 2 of them. That could be fun. Yeah, I like it. Okay, all right, so that is the first one in the 6x6 double-sided collection. You could actually, too, you know, put it into a pocket if you wanted to and leave a nice journaling spot in the back. There's always options for these things, right? The more you play with them, the more you think, I could do that, I could do that, I could do that. Okay, so we'll put this one to the side, and we will now move on to the bigger one. Let's clean my tabs away. Okay, so this one looks quite complicated, but it is really, truly not too bad. So I'm going to get this a little bit out of the way here, get my fixer-upper. I'm so glad I fixed that notch tool. And oh, I was going to say, I bought this on this set on Temu. It came with a small scoreboard that could cut envelopes. But I also hear, and I think I've seen, that there is a similar one at Hobby Lobby that you can get like that. Grab the scoreboard for it. Not sure, my voice is kind of cracky. But this is the scoreboard that came with it, and I hear the one at Hobby Lobby similar, and on the back it has a chart on how to make envelopes, because it is, the notch thing is to make the corners on the envelopes. But I find it very helpful to make tabs, and also you've seen me use them when I do, take this thing, when I do it in the middle, like a little dip for a pocket. And I put it across and make a pocket. So I like doing them for those. Those are fun. That's what I was a little kind of a like, oh no, please don't break on me. I like you too much. Okay, all right. So for this I chose single-sided scrapbook paper, 6x6, because all of it is not reversible. It doesn't need to see the other side. Okay, so let's start. Here are the 3 that I chose for this next one. They all coordinate, but they're all slightly different. You need one, we're gonna call it this blue, the blue cog one. You need one for a background. You need one that is going to be a pocket. This is kind of the extra that happens because of this. One that makes the pocket, and one that will make this fun little fold out journaling spot. Also, a place to hold the tag. Okay, so we got it. We need 3 pieces. Let's get this back in there. Put it backwards, but that's okay. All right, so we're gonna decide which one I wanna have the back, which one I want to have the pocket, and which one I want fold. So I'm going to want this one. I'm going to want this one as the fold because it also then becomes the tags. So I'm going to save that for that one. This one, do I want is the back with that on top, or do I want that the back with that on top? All right, I think I want that the back and that on top. Okay. So we're going to grab the cutter. You can grab whatever cutter you want. You can cut by hand. I like using this slicer guy. All right, and I'm going to cut them together so I know that the angle that goes here is matching. All right, so we're going to take, and I'm going to start with the upper corner in the corner, and I'm going to cut to roughly 2 inches. Now, I could mark it, or I could not mark it, and I'm going to mark it just to show you. Eyeball it. There we go. So 2 inches from the bottom is right about there. Okay. So again, we're going to put the corner up there. We're going to start at the corner, and we're going to find my 2-inch mark, which is right about there, and keep that in the corner, and we're going to slice. Okay. And I should have turned it a different direction because now these are weird. But that's okay. These are the cutoffs that happened with it and became my second page. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we have to cut it down to fit the page. So if this is going to be the back, this is going to be the back. This is going to be the back. Okay, so we're going to cut this back down to 5 inches. And I flipped it over only because if I try to do this to 5 inches, it can get a little wonky. So that is now 5 inches, which is my back piece. Okay, so for this one then, we are going to cut it down to 2.5 inches wide. So once again, we're gonna flip it over so I got the bottom straight, and we're gonna go to 2.5 inches and do that. So this is our third piece that is gonna go over on the second piece. This is the tall tag. Now, right now it's the same height as that, actually a little taller because we're gonna scooch down, and we don't want it to be. So we're gonna take this 2.5 and we are gonna cut it down to 5 inches tall. And we're going to go this way. And we're going to go to the point of 5 inches. So basically cutting an inch off. You can do it either way. All right, so now we have the pocket that is at the right angle and it fits in there beautifully. Okay, so that is that one. And now for this third piece, which is that one. This we're going to cut down to 4 by 4. And what I want to do is check, because I need a 2-inch tag, which is this one. What do I want to cut off? 2 inches. And it looks like, I think this would be a great 2 inches to cut off. So I'm gonna flip it this way, and I'm gonna cut the 4 inches this way. All right, so now I've got my 2-inch tag to go right there, and I've got this in, and now I need to go the 4 inches the other way, and that will make the second tag. So I think this would be a good, so we're gonna cut to 4 inches this way. Now, you don't have to use the cutoffs from the 4 to 4 to make the 2-inch tags, but it's, I mean, you got them, right? And now we've got that. Okay, now we're ready to go. Okay, so for this, we'll do that first because it's pretty simple. We are gonna take our square and we are gonna fold it in half. And then we're going to open it up and we're going to fold it in half again. Okay. And the third and final fold is we're going to go diagonal to diagonal. And I'm going to figure out which one I want to have as the front because I don't want to diagonal that. That would be cute. That would be cute. That would be upside down. That would be weird. So it's got to be that side or that way. All right, I like that way. So I don't want the diagonal to go through this one. So we're not gonna go that way. We're gonna go this way. And that way I kept that unfeathered. All right, so now we're gonna origami it and we're gonna push those two sides in. And we're going to push that side in. And there we go. Once it's done the first time and you can get it bone folded, it folds itself quite easy after that. And there we go. Close, open, hidden journal spot, closed, pretty thing, open, boom, boom. All right, we'll throw a little, before we're going to have to glue it in, I'm going to throw some ink on there. Now if you want to ink the inside because it's going to be a hidden journal spot, you can do that. Just a light little fun. Okay. All right, and then boom, there it is. Okay, and that is gonna go right there. So cute so far, right? Okay, now on this one I did put a thumb hole and it got kind of weird because going on an angle, it got a little weird because I went in like this. But I'm gonna go up like this and see if I can do it this way. Kind of like a, that's better. Still a little weird. Okay. All right, so that's gonna go that way. I did not thumb hole this one because it was kind of a big pocket and it's gonna be not floppy, but not hard to get stuff in and out of. Pretty easy, I think. All right, so for there, we're just gonna glue the pocket in 3 sides like you normally do. And we're gonna do our best to give it pretty much the same border I see down there. is about the same distance I see there. I've dropped it down more. I didn't really center it because I wanted a little bit more room for it to be closer to the bottom for the tag to slide in there. Okay, now for this one, we said we want to have it, if you fold it a different way, if I folded it this way, I could have it fold open and go to the inside of the page. If I wanted to that to be the front, if I want the front to be this way, we want to do that. So you want to hold it down to make sure that you know which way it's going to open and that it's correct. And I'm going to glue it so that it's a pocket. So I want that top to be a pocket. So I'm going to go like this and glue the 3 sides. Now if I didn't want it to be a pocket, I could glue the whole thing down. I'm going to line it up similar to what I did there, even with the bottom, leaving the same amount of space to there, just to make it look aesthetic. I'm going to open it up and give it a good push. Make sure it is stuck. I do have some fun little paper clips that I have. Not necessary, but it does start to lean itself for a while after it gets trained a bit. But until then, if you wanted to have it stay, you could throw a little paper clip on there. That way, you could technically also go in here and paper clip that way and hold it down because it would not impede a tag to go in there. But I think it's a little harder to go that way than on the side. But I'm going to keep it there for now just to, like I said, kind of train it to want to stay down. Okay, that is basically done now. It's ready to go and gets glued onto a page. Now I did glue it, this one, as far over as I could because I wanted to make sure a paper clip would go. And but not necessarily if you don't think you're going to do that. You just don't want to glue it all the way over because it's going to get caught in the binding. So you can center it if you want. If it's already in a book, you'll figure it out. Since this page was not in a book that would get put in later, I did glue it all the way to the side. I'm not going to glue this one down because that would be weird to have it front and back. All right, so there is that. Now for the tags, let's go ahead and show you how I did those. Now for this one, it was 2 inches. It will fit in here. It's a little bit tight, so if you want to cut it down a hair just to get it to want to slide better, depends on how you kind of glue it. You could do that. I am also going to glue it onto background to make it a little thicker. I'm going to use some art glitter glue just to make it faster. My rub off from my fancy doily project. All right, so we're going to go ahead and glue that down just to give it a little strength because it is thinner paper. Okay, and then I'll take this one, and you're probably not going to fit. Oh, you do. Sweet. All right, so I'm going to glue this one down. Probably should have done this first so the glue would dry. But you know, sometimes you don't think of those things. And as you can see, or you might see, this tag is so much bigger than that one, but I'm going to show you why I'm doing that. In a minute. Okay. All right, there we go. I'll let that dry for a minute while I explain the other side. So you are going to glue your page where you want to. So this one is just going to be the cast off. Now it doesn't have to go with this project. I just thought it was a great way to have similar things in a journal. So you're going to start with figuring out which way you want to go, and I'm going to go that way. So what I did, and I'm not going to glue it down onto this piece of paper. I probably could. Let me grab a sheet. Why not, right? It's fun. It's pretty. I like it. That's for sure. So I might as well. Okay. All right, let's go there. Okay, so I'm going to glue this down. 3 sheets. 3 sheets to the wind. 3 sides. All right, again, like I said, I'm going to glue it right to the edge so I can use a paper clip on the side if I want to. Okay. All right, so for this side, I'm just going to open it up. And like I said, I probably should have figured out how to get that to go a little bit better, but it is going to go like this. And I leave them all open so it's got a full drop down, tallest way I can go. So I'm going to take this one and I'm just going to glue up the side. And again, I got to pull it. Make sure I'm not in the, there we go, not in the zone of sewing it on. Okay, and then the second one is going to go here. And again, if I want it to the bottom or not the bottom, I think I'm gonna go to the edge-ish. And I am going to glue the bottom on this one. Gluing it sort of to the edge because this paper is a little crinkly on the end, so it's going to give it a little strength. Okay, I did not glue the side though, because I want to be able to have a full blown pocket. And this one, I'm going to glue the 2 corners. Okay, we'll do our best to make sure we line it up, cover both. There we go. Okay. And similar to this one, you can go ahead and decorate that pocket. Now this one I did opposite. I did the one that was different inside. This is just the way I felt would look better. Plus I wanted to block that a little bit since I'd cut it a weird way. But I'm gonna grab this. So this pocket right here goes all the way through the bottom because it is not glued here. This one will go all the way through here. So you got a second one, and you could also put something in there. So you really have three places to be able to put some stuff. Decorate there, and beautiful. Okay. It does go with both of them, doesn't it? But I'm gonna leave it right in there. Okay, so back to this thing. All right, and this hopefully should be dry enough. I'm gonna cut them out. Okay, cut that one out and cut this one out. Okay, now, if you don't have this, you could probably use any other kind of tag topper. Just round them, slant them, however you want to, but I'm going to use this just to make it fancy. So this is, what did I say, it was 2 inches? Yeah, this is 2 inches. So it will fit in here and make a beautiful little thing. I'm going to cut it first. Definitely thick because of the 2 papers. All right, and so now I'm going to cut it down so it slides in there better, because like I said, this is not too bad, but I am going to cut it a little bit because it's off, just to get that little bit off the edge. Let's do it this way. Flat on the bottom, Lisa. All right. Yeah, it's a little more even now. Okay. some on there. And I forgot. I just want to nip the corner off the bottom a little bit so it doesn't get caught up in there. Throw some ribbon on there, eyelet if I feel like it. But now that one fits beautifully in there. All right, so for the second one, I've lost it. There we go. We're going to do the same, and we're going to have this be the top, and it is the same width, but I'm going to show you what I do differently because it's smaller. And I think I'm just going to trim it ever so slightly because I didn't cut it very well. Talk about ever so slightly, like I said. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna want, yeah, I want that as the top. So we're gonna go in there. Yeah, that fits in there much better. Okay. And, oh, that is some thick paper. All right, so now you look at it and you're going, well, Lisa, that is no way gonna fit in there. Well, no, it's not. So what I did after that is I'm going to trim it where the loop goes, flat on the bottom. Line that up and flip it over. And you might say, well, that's kind of a waste, but I really like how that top, and I could not think of any other way to get a round top like that besides doing this. And it's a beautiful cut versus trying to cut it with scissors, because you know how that goes. That's not fun. Whoops. So now it fits in there beautifully. I love it. It's probably a little skinnier than it needs to be. It could probably be a little thicker, but I love that top. It's quite unique for that. The one that I did the sample, I threw some ribbon on there, rickrack, and stapled it. This one I just threw a little bit of jute in there with a little bit of labels on that one. This one I just, this I put, there was an extra piece laying around of one of these, and I just decided to add it to it, because, yeah, but not necessary. Like I said, you have some extra pieces here if you wanted to add some decoration. We've got a couple extra pieces here to throw on there, but minimal waste for this. I did throw those two ends away that came off of here, but that was really tiny stuff. But really no waste on the 3 6x6 pages when you do it this way, right? Fun, fun, fun. I love it. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna call this video done. Like I said, I don't think I'm gonna need to show you how I decorated them because it's pretty standard stuff to go ahead and decorate them. It was more about the process on how to get a 2-page spread out of 3 6x6 single-sided, and how to get a nice fun pocket out of double-sided. I love it. I absolutely love it. Totally different looks, well, color-wise especially, but totally different looks. I really love this. This one came out so cool. I love it. Yeah, so once it's, like I said, it's pretty good right now. It's almost trained itself pretty good to stay. But now that it's on its own page here, I can go ahead and put the paper clip on there. Cute. Yeah, I love it. If you don't have 6x6s, you could always take some 12x12s and cut them down to 6x6, 3 coordinating ones. You could technically, if you wanted to, if you had one sheet of paper that had lots of different images on it and you cut it into 6x6s, you probably could use one 6x6 to make this. Obviously it's going to coordinate together because the colors are same, especially if there's different pictures on different corners. If you decide, if you plan on laying it out, and you should be able to get it to work. As I'm sitting here thinking about that, I should try that. I should try that. Okay, well that is going to be it for me. If you like the video, I hope you give it a thumbs up. Add a question or comment. I'd love to hear from you if you like the idea. If you're going to try either one of those, I'd really like to hear your thoughts on it. I'd love to be able to, if you do something, tag me up on social media, let me know so I can take a look at your work. I would love to see it in action. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so. I'm going to be working on a 50s journal soon. It's going to be a lot of the colors that are in here, the pinks and blues, so these might end up going into that journal. I have not decided yet. All right, well that's going to be it for me today. I truly appreciate each and every one of you that stops by and hangs out with me for the day. And as usual, I hope you all have a wonderful and creative day. Bye now.